It did not happen. So.
You didn't communicate with a child?
I never met with her and I never intended to.
No, okay.
The one thing about watching these to catch a predator type of videos is the fact that for some reason, these predators always think they're getting punked or they're on some type of prank show. For some reason, they're always so confused as to why they're in the predicament that they put themselves in. At least have some respect and be like, you know what, I did that, you caught me, okay, let's go. But no, they want to make it hard and they want to make it as if, how did I end up in this situation? Somebody must be setting me up. Somebody must have framed me. When we got all the evidence and the text messages, it's always beyond me and I find it hilarious. People know no bounds when it comes to saving face. But anyway, today we're going to talk about this weird situation where this weird guy, a 4th grade teacher, gets caught soliciting to a little girl, a minor. But I want you to pay attention to how dumbfounded this guy is. He's just so perplexed how this situation even occurred. How did he even end up in this situation? It's very interesting to watch. And we'll also go over the text messages to prove that we got him dead to rights.
Hi there. Are you Mr. Ashenfelter?
Hi.
Are you Mr. Ashenfelter?
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I'm Detective Hoffman's Sheriff's Office.
Yeah, hi.
Right now I want to tell you you are under arrest, so do me a favor, stand up, put your hands behind your back for me.
Excuse me?
Right now you're under arrest.
Okay.
Here, this is Detective Sinclair right in front of you.
Yeah.
He'll explain kind of what's going on.
Okay. Sure. I have reason to believe that you've been in communication, inappropriate communication, with a 13-year-old child that lives in home.
Okay.
Apparently you told her at some point last week that you were going to come meet up with her, and she, and then you didn't. So she told her mom that she'd been talking to a teacher. We did some investigation and found out that that teacher was you.
Okay.
So that's why we're here.
Okay.
Okay?
Any weapons or anything on you, sir?
No.
No.
The obvious elephant in the room is the fact that he's a teacher. Could you only imagine if this is how he was getting down on his own personal time? You can only imagine the thoughts that he was thinking while being a teacher in 4th grade. Now, you can't really prosecute for that, but at the end of the day, we need to ask everyone in his prior classes if there was any type of misbehavior from this teacher, because I wouldn't be surprised if there was. I also want to clarify something real quick. The police officers went undercover posing as a 13-year-old girl, so he was never in contact with said 13-year-old girl, just for anybody wondering. And something I find hilarious is even in the text messages themselves, he even says, "I'm not going to jail. You are ridiculously way too cute. Feel like a setup, LOL." Come on, dude. He didn't give a damn about going to jail because in those moments, he knew better. But he didn't give a damn what his conscience was telling him. He didn't give a damn what his heart and soul was telling him. His gut feeling just went right out the window. And even further down in the text messages, he even said, "Yeah, you're a scam." And this has me to believe that he was on these sites or wherever he got in contact with this so-called young girl. This makes me believe that he's probably been fishing for a while, knowing the difference between a scam and something that's legitimate.
For communication with a minor for immoral purposes.
Is there a simple way to do this?
Like how?
Instead of booking and...
Well, it's a Class C felony, and we take communications and the potential, like you took some pretty good steps towards wanting to have sex with a child. So that's a big deal to us.
Okay.
It should be a big deal to you.
Yes, yes.
So I guess I'm failing to understand how you would like to simplify things.
It did not happen. So.
You didn't communicate with a child?
I never met with her and I never intended to.
No, okay.
Dude really thought he was gonna get off with a slap on the wrist. Psychosis, that's what I would like to call this. You know you've been caught, dead to rights, and we're gonna go over the text messages right now, just 1 second. But I gotta say, he thought his speech was ranked up to 100 as to where he could persuade them, I'm not the man you're looking for. And even if I was, nothing really happened. You could just say, don't do it again, give me a finger wagging, and I go home and I'll think about what I did. No, mister, it doesn't work like that. You need to get tried for your behavior. His mentality is, I didn't meet up with this girl, so I didn't do anything wrong. But that's not how it works. Could you imagine if this was your daughter? She was talking to a grown-ass man, and this dude was saying, I'll give you $1,000 if you come meet up with me. Let alone this guy being a teacher. Could you imagine if this was one of your daughter's teachers? Or knowing that a teacher at your daughter's school was involved in this type of behavior. I might go down there to the school and put hands and feet on this man myself, off the strength of this is the activity that he's doing, whether it has something to do with my kids or not. We don't want these people around. Stay away, because they're not like us. So in one of the text messages, you can see here that he offered to pay her $1,000 minimum Cash App just for her to take a picture and eventually to spend an evening or a night with her, which is insane to me because, bruh, you might as well just go out to the strip club. You might as well just go out to Figueroa Baseline. You might as well go somewhere where you can get your rocks off for probably $50 or maybe even a cheeseburger and a Diet Coke. But no, instead you want to mess with the kids. Now, why you got to mess with the kids? Because now we got to lock your ass up and you're going to be labeled as an offender for the rest of your life. But some people choose these paths and all we can do is punish them for it.
I don't want to ask you any questions because you've said that you don't want to provide a statement right now.
Yeah.
I would like to know more of what your version of events and your side of the story is, but until you decide that you kind of want to waive your Miranda rights and have that conversation, I really can't ask you any questions, okay?
Okay, so I have to go to Ellensburg?
Yes.
How long is this process?
You'll go to court tomorrow, and then bail will be set.
Am I going to prison?
That's out of my wheelhouse. That's not anything.
I mean, jail. Do I need to stay the night or jail?
Yeah, you'll have to see a judge before. You'll have to go to an arraignment or probable cause hearing for the judge to determine that there's probable cause, and then he'll set a bail amount. And basically, if you do bail out, some criteria that you have to follow, and one of them is probably going to be that you don't have any contact with children.
Okay.
So you probably won't be allowed back to the school for the foreseeable future.
Okay.
At least until your case is adjudicated.
You mean prison? Jail? He knows right away, instantly, that his little boy hole is going to get played with being in the prison system. See, this is why you don't mess around, because these things have consequences. And for some reason, so many people do these heinous acts and crimes and different things and have this mindset that they're never going to get caught. And you know damn well, once you get caught, your worst fears ever imagined will come true. This is why we don't do these things, not only morally and ethically, but also because the consequences are going to cost way more than whatever sick fantasy and pleasure that you were trying to get in the first place. And check out this text message. So he was going to get a room at a Comfort Inn to spend time with this 13-year-old girl. It's just sad. It's insufferable to even think of the realities that might happen if he was able to take advantage of this girl. The fact that he was even willing to pay money or even engage in this behavior says a lot about his psychology, mentally. This man was broken, lost. I mean, he looks like a mess. Some people have sick, twisted fantasies. Other people like this, you can tell they're just down bad. But instead of finding something to believe in, something more to help them bring their life back up to where it needs to be, they just fall deeper and deeper into this pit. And I'm not taking pity on this man, because every worst thing that can happen to him, every consequence he deserves. It's just sad that some people are driven to this point and then they try to question themselves at that very moment when they get caught. Why did I do this? You should have known this was not the thing to do a long ass time ago.
Or I'm not going to run and I'll show up. Is there any way to not need to go all the way to Ellensburg?
No, we're going to Ellensburg today.
Okay.
Like I said, I've read all of the text communication between you and this child, and it's highly inappropriate for any adult to have with a child, let alone a fourth grade teacher.
Okay.
Do you have any more questions for me?
Is it necessary to handcuff me? I'm not going anywhere.
Right now, when we get to the car and you're sitting down, we'll move into the front because it is a long drive and they do kind of suck behind your back. But our policy requires us to have people in our car in handcuffs.
But they will be moved to the front of your body.
Yeah, but we'll move in the front so you're not sitting on them the whole time. Okay, let's head down to the car.
The search warrant does include your car. We're going to search your
Well,
car.
my students will not be ready for tomorrow.
Okay. The chief's going to contact the superintendent and let them know.
What a twisted fucking freak, man. I mean, just really thinking that you can get out of this situation off the strength of goodwill. Trust me, guys, I'm a good guy. I'm not gonna go anywhere. I'm not gonna run. I really wasn't gonna meet up with her. That mentality, knowing that you're fucked, knowing that you ruined your life. He deserves to feel that for the rest of his life. There is no sympathy or empathy because if this was your child, you would have none for him just the same. And in my opinion, these police officers are being extra nice to him because if this was their daughters, any one of them, you know damn well this would be a police brutality video instead. Yes, of course, nobody got hurt. It was a sting operation to begin with, so there was no real victim. But still, the nonchalant attitude is what's making me believe that this man has probably done this behavior before in the past, or just in general, he figures, I'll get out of it. I'm too good for this. Why am I even in this situation? When him himself put him there. It's crazy because he's really trying to disassociate himself from the criminal that he really is. The fact that he thinks, oh, these handcuffs don't need to be on me. I don't need to go to jail. I don't need to go to prison. I didn't meet up with her. He's making all these excuses in his head to disassociate the fact that he's a criminal. He's a predator. Whether this was a sting operation or not, you still did the crime. You still had the intent of doing something. Let's not act like just because you didn't meet up with this person, oh, it's just words. Words don't mean anything. The intent was still there.
Yeah, it's in there. We're gonna serve a warrant on it.
How far away are you next?
Right there, because she's for union rep. I'm going to Ellensburg to be booked.
Okay.
You probably want union rep for service.
Okay.
little shock right now. So I'm going to contact my brother.
And what do you want me to?
I've been booked
Okay.
for inappropriate communications, but I have done nothing, so.
Okay.
How long is the booking process?
It depends on how busy the jail is. Typically pretty quick though.
Okay. Can I stay overnight or get released?
You'll stay overnight.
Okay. Yeah. Online communication is want to avoid it. Yeah. Not good. Not good at all. Look for that way to see less people potentially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get that. I'd want the same thing.
The fact that he scoffs at what's happening, the fact that he's shocked, he thinks it's amusing to some degree, that it's unreal, it's surreal. The fact that I can get caught for my malicious behavior is just unreal to me as a viewer. This is unreal. The mindset, the delusion, him trying to disassociate at every single point possible so he doesn't feel the brunt of what he really did. Because at this point, he still doesn't know it's a sting operation. He still thinks he was actually talking to a real girl, which makes it even worse because he still thinks that other girl was a real person and he still has this idea of grandeur. Like, no, this can't be happening to me. Am I on TV? Am I getting punked? Where's Ashton Kutcher at? He's gonna pop out around the corner? He's still thinking that this can't be real. This can't happen to me. And then later on in the clip, he even says, oh, I gotta stop with online communication. I just want to see less people these days. Motherfucker, you put yourself in this situation. Why blame anybody else? It's not the internet's fault. It's not online communication. It's not social media. It's not Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. It's nobody but yourself, sir. Just, oh, that pesky internet. That internet set me up. If internet wasn't invented, I wouldn't be able to talk to these underage girls. What a fucking idiot. What a fool. The delusion. Man, there's not enough that could be said about this mentality. Let me know what you guys thought about this story down below in the comment section. So apparently his trial is coming up January 14th, 2026. So it's coming up very soon in about 2 months. So we'll see what happens after that. But the fact that once he was alone with the police officers getting ready to go into the police car, he's acting as if he had no control. He didn't sext this minor. He wasn't talking about meeting up and giving her money, acting like as if it was the internet's fault and oh, I don't know how this happened. It's just beyond me. But thank you so much for watching the video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.